Osiris.
Oh my god, it's a mirage. What is going on? It's Karina motherfucking Reichman, top of the year to you and to me and to my mainest dude sitting across from me, Isaac. Isaac, Happy New Year, pal.
Happy New Year, Karina. What is going on? I feel like that is often the question on our minds when we sit down to talk about stuff.
What's going on is kind of like usually what we need to like kibbutz about, I feel like. So
that's
like,
what I want to know.
Yeah, like what is the hot goss? Where are we? Where are you? Where's all the bands that we like? Where are the people at? Like, hi everyone. We took a little time off. It was the holidays. We had gigs. It was just out of control for a hot minute there. Actually, it was pretty out of control. I'm not going to lie to you.
It was, and we need to keep it fresh. That was a real realization I had when we were on this little break.
And, it only, when we do something so consistently, like normally we're out here every week just chopping it up. It's really true. Like, to take a couple weeks away, meditate on all that is inappropriate happiness, and meditate on all that is in general. And we come back with refreshed, renewed hearts, eyes, and minds ready to deliver the fresh, fatty content for the people, and it feels like really, top of the year to me, even though of course it's been about 10 days since the year actually started. But man, I was on winter tour, then I had 5 days at home, then I went to Denver or something. And, went to Denver, played the Ogden with Marco Benevento. It was amazing. And then I played Cervantes with my band opening for Neal Francis on New Year's Eve. And then, it's just been a crazy blur. We were in Jamaica for a little holiday, a little R&R. And now we're back in the Big Apple, ready to kick ass and take names. And it feels so good, Isaac. It feels so good. Are you feeling rested, recharged, reinvigorated?
Absolutely. And I heard some about it, but I would love to hear more about your New Year's Eve. Neal Francis, you got a burgeoning friendship with this dude. This guy has been very popular, and I think you, from what I can tell, were more immersed in his world and his music for his New Year's throwdown. And do you tell the people how you felt?
That's, good stuff there, Isaac. I was more immersed in it than I ever had been. I had seen Neal open for Marcus King at the Beacon Theater, and that was the one and only time I had seen Neal's band play, and I was really delighted to actually get to soak in a very rare 2-set performance from the band on New Year's Eve, and including I got to sit in with them. We did "Do You Think I'm Sexy" by Rod Stewart at midnight, which was very exciting and really, not a dry eye was in the house, I say. But what I can say is that he is a hell of a performer. He brings the fire in a big way. The band is phenomenal, and they've been at it a long time. It's what we don't realize. It's the stuff that you don't see. It's like one of those bands that's now picking up steam, and now you're seeing them on festivals, and now you're seeing people wearing the shirts and all that stuff. But these guys have been doing it for a long time, and their chemistry on stage really shows that. And it's very kind of inspiring to see these instincts and these cuts and these hits and these things, and all of it very much as shared language, a unification of the band that is something that we could all only aspire to, so that was really great. And I love the songwriting. I love the performance. I was captivated. I thought it was, really, really cool. And I didn't know exactly what to expect. I sort of expected like a retro revival keyboard guy, doing his thing. I didn't know what that meant, but it rocks. There's moments that really go, and there's it's funky, it's soulful, it's rocking, it's just about everything I like, So it was a pleasure to do that gig with them. My band played an opening 90-minute set, which was awesome and so much fun to I've played only once before on New Year's Eve, I believe, and it was with Marco opening for Rubble Bucket in 2017, and that was very cool. But this had sort of it was like, my band and crew, we were all together. It was cool. The balloons, the vibe. Like, Denver is just such an amazing anomaly of a music market in general. So, like, people came ready to go. And I know everybody all over the country came ready to get it on New Year's Eve, but I don't know. People were in rare form in a very good way. And, great night, great crowd.
It's a very cool live music tradition to play New Year's Eve. And, I don't know. I didn't feel that way about the holiday before I got into live music. And I just feel very lucky that the artists that we adore, yourself included, there's a kind of playfulness, seriousness, and real extra effort put into a New Year's Eve show. And I was at Phish at the Garden. That is obviously no exception. They, in some ways, kind of rewrote the book about how to perform a New Year's Eve show. And this bringing in their 40th year, the stunt or New Year's Eve gag, so to speak, was a bit of a retrospective of their New Year's Eves in the past. And the energy in the room, it really is very specific on a New Year's Eve show. You get the third set, they're playing late, and like you said, people come really ready to go, and with a kind of excitement and renewed attention on the fourth day in the Phish's instance of a 4-night run. So very cool.
Very cool. And of course, this being the 40th year of Phish's existence, this thus meaning, the retrospective element of the gag, took on this whole other, it was for that reason. So what can you tell the people? You were there. You were a man on the ground. As a woman not on the ground for the first time or second, I feel still sort of lacking in, like, I know what happened, but I don't know what happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, can you give us a brief rundown? How dope was it? What did it feel like? They basically went through so many sort of inside jokes and traditions sort of in the Phish world, right? Is that sort of what happened?
Well, yeah, and I guess early on in a run, there's often a lot of speculation. What will Phish do to ring in the new year? Similar thing happens on Halloween, and also at the start of a tour, there's a lot of anticipation about what might happen. And I think the kind of earliest inclinations of something celebrating the 40th anniversary really came on night one. They played Tila and Esther, which are songs from the back catalog, which might not come out on a one-off 4-night run. They are songs that are played with a kind of purpose. They are usually intricate and intricately played, and really do need to be dusted off to a certain extent. And then on night two, there was an extended Fluffhead with the second jam and a Gaiudi encore. And so, you're starting to get these songs that are very, important to the Phish catalog. Third Night Foam comes out, and there is a sense that they're playing a lot of these songs with purpose. Then, New Year's Eve, it is about to be the third set, and we start to get some songs played over the PA, some P-Funk, the song Umbrella by Rihanna, and it becomes clear that there is a sort of theme to the songs, and the theme is New Year's Eve's past. P-Funk sat in with Phish in 2003 in Miami, the Umbrella Petrichor stunt, and so the band comes out on stage, and before playing a note, there is a singing telegram wishing Phish a happy 40th anniversary.
Oh, baby.
And Trey makes the wish that he could do it all over again, at which point a very sort of big spectacle, New Year's Eve Phish style, event starts to unravel, where there is a time machine brought out on stage, and the time machine shows snippets of Phish's history on the big Jumbotron, and elements from New Year's past start to come out. There is the famous Mockingbird that is lifted above the stage. There is not just New Year's past, but Halloween. You get the characters from Casbot Voxed and Sci-Fi Soldiers dancing it out on stage, and this is all to the song Ghosts. So it's really the ghosts of New Year's past, and a big choir comes out and sings Bohemian Rhapsody, We get the multicultural meat stick dancers and singers. We get Jungle Boogie, and it really just kind of unfolded. The whole thing is on YouTube, and it is actually really important to rewatch it. I see it again with new eyes there, but the Garden was just totally on its feet, and hearing Bohemian Rhapsody performed by Phish at the Garden was certainly a moment I'll never forget.
Wow.
Very rocking in there, and also just an embrace of the humor and really the different stylistic choices Phish has made over the 40 years. It was a lot of fun. And then, of course, a big tribute to the fan who streaked during the rain delay at Dick's.
A legend.
Guy was wearing boots. Yes, that took place during Karina, and then a performance of New York, which is an homage, I think, to New Year's 98.
Did they do that? Wow.
Yeah, and Trey sings, if I could get naked there, I'll make it anywhere.
Yes. Yes. That's incredible.
Yeah,
it was
very lighthearted and very fun, and sending Phish into their 40th year. They announced a batch of spring dates on the West Coast just yesterday, and I think it's going to be a very serious year for this band in a lot of ways.
It feels that way. I mean, I like, no time to waste. We're putting up some April, West Coast tour dates, and we're good to go, like top of the year. It seems like they held those very close to their chest, and I feel like the rumor mill sort of missed those.
Yes.
Which is pretty, admirable.
Very admirable.
So well played, gentlemen. Well played. I'm looking forward to a great year of Phish, whether or not I'm in attendance, because I'd love to be, but it's busy year all around. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it was so bizarre on a lot of levels to not be at MSG. But when you're not at MSG and you're playing and you've looked up to this band for so long and you're just like doing it, just like they're doing it, I'm like, wow, like fucking A, like playing. It's amazing. Fuck.
Oh, it's totally amazing.
Like, can't make that shit up. So all fucking hands on deck for a great year of Phish. I am feeling it. 40 is a special. Can you imagine? These people have been in band for 40 years. That's so shocking. Like,
it's very shocking.
That's really unbelievable when sometimes I'm like, oh my God, like, Trey's been playing like Chalk Dust since before I was born. Like, that is crazy. Like, what? I don't know. Talk about a shared language with your bandmates. Like, they take that to a whole new level. But I digress, Isaac. There was another very special thing. I mean, there were lots of special things that happened over New Year's this year. But among them, our friend Chuck Garvey from the band Mo, who has been tragically, recovering from a stroke for, the better part of last year. And, more, it's been a minute. And, the band has definitely, tried to, march forward and, had replaced, quote unquote, Chuck for a short period of time with both a keyboard player and a guitar player, trying to, figure it all out. But it turns out that my man, Chuck, made his debut back on the stage just this past New Year's at the Fillmore in Philly. And it's the best news ever. And beyond that, some even more special news came to fruition in the Mo universe, which is that Chuck is back.
He will be making a full return to the road with this band that has a slew of dates announced for early 2023.
So cool.
Why are dates slewed? It's always a slew of dates.
Slew of dates. How about we gotta get
sometimes it's batch.
An avalanche.
Avalanche.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's incredible and amazing. He joined the band at the end of their first set for the song Meet, and then joined for the entirety of set 2. And yeah, is back in the cut with Mo. It's amazing to hear he's made this recovery in this time. It felt like a very long time, but it was really only about a year.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's one of those things, like, you can't imagine that all of a sudden, you're going amongst your day, your life, whatever, and you are stricken with this. And then you have to relearn your motor skills, relearn all these things. Like, it's really, triumphant and incredible the way he has muscled through and mustered the strength and the fine dexterity to be able to do what it is that he does, incredible. So we're very excited about that. Isaac, I can't say anything yet, but you might see your girl me maybe opening a couple of these Mo shows, which would make me really happy.
No, it's really exciting. Yeah.
It's really great.
Yeah.
They're dear pals, and to see Chuck, do so much better after, Rob had a terrible cancer diagnosis a few years ago too, so I feel like we've mentioned this before on the podcast, but man, like, we just want Mo to catch a break and keep bringing the amazing tunes and the great vibes as they have been since the 90s, and they're upstanding gentlemen and great musicians, and we just want to see them thrive. So to be any small part of that is a super honor, and I love them dearly. And fucking go Mo, dude. Go Mo.
We also want to wish our friend Warren Haynes well.
Oh, talk about just another sort of stab through the heart here. Yeah, Uncle Warren was, gonna go through with his Beacon Government Mule New Year's shows as he always does, but he fell ill and had to cancel. And just the other day, he announced that it was a combination of influenza A and COVID that did him in, and he is going to sit out the band's Island Exodus trip to Jamaica, which is going down as we speak, I believe, and he is being replaced with some of the greatest to ever do it, and among them Schofield,
Robert Randolph,
boom,
Anders Osborne, Jackie Green,
incredible,
Jimmy Vivino.
I mean, those are some good friends right there.
I would like to have those friends.
You and me both.
We wish Warren well. This is like this. They were thwarted at the Beacon for New Year's last year because of Omicron, and then they rescheduled those shows to April, and then Warren had a slip and a fall, and they needed to cancel those.
Ugh.
And then it was going to be this year. So I'm really hoping that Warren feels better and that these shows are able to happen in the spring. I would love to see him play music at the Beacon Theater.
You and me both. It's been a minute since we've seen the Mule, and I'm such a huge fan since fucking before I could walk. Just kidding. But, I felt like the youngest kid in the room, the 11, 12-year-old Mule fan. You know, as you did too, I'm sure.
Totally. I remember seeing them with you at Bonnaroo, which just announced their 2023 lineup. A lot of festival lineups this week.
We've got Coachella, we've got Bonnaroo, we've got Boston Calling, a lot of bands, a lot of stuff.
The Foo Fighters are returning to the stage.
That is very exciting.
Very exciting.
We don't know who's going to be on the throne.
We
correct? Don't. Shane Hawkins would be my, I'd like to put my vote in, and I'd like Shane Taylor's son to be the guy, because that video where you see Shane throwing down in his father's honor, that kid can rip, and it would be, I think, to me, the most meaningful play would be to put him in there.
Totally.
But beggars can't be choosers, man.
How about Nandi? Nandi.
Nandi. Nandi would slay. Maybe half Shane, half Nandi. Or maybe Nandi comes out for Monkey Wrench.
What about a little Nandi?
Yeah, we're stoked for festival season. I like, the music business sort of shuts down from December 18th till, I don't know, January 8th. And now people are like, boom, baby, we are back. We got every announcement of all time. We're going to tell you all about it. We're going to play all over the place. And it's very exciting. It really, I don't know, it's ushering in this 2023 with bells on. And I will say on a personal note, I'm very excited to usher in 2023 with some very special gigs this weekend. I am playing with Marco Benevento Friday and Saturday up at Levon Helm's Barn, a very, shall we say, sacred place to see some music. And that's it's probably the most wholesome room in rock and roll. People are just there, their hearts are gushing, the spirit of Levon is alive, there's a potluck. It couldn't be more delightful, and delightful is the word I'd like to really use to describe it. So I'm very excited to kick off the year with such delightful gigs. And then next week I am going to open for the purveyors of degradation and filth, the Disco Biscuits. So
Opposite.
It's opposite vibe. We're going from, I just love, the spirit of Levon is here.
Kids walking around, blowing bubbles, face paint.
Older gentleman in some flannel, his wife is drinking a hot cup of cocoa, mittens,
Mittens, needlepoint. Arcadia Driftwood.
Arcadia Driftwood is playing overhead. It's just very quaint. And then it's going to be like, we like to party. Sorry if you don't. And I am so excited to have this,
It's a great juxtaposition.
It's an amazing it's unbelievable. So for those listening, Cleveland, House of Blues. Oh, yeah. January 18th. The following day, the 19th, Town Ballroom. Buffalo, New York, and then cut ahead about a week or, something later. January 1st and January 2nd, 2 nights at Higher Ground in Burlington, Vermont, one of my favorite clubs in the nation. So I'm very excited about this, Isaac. This is good stuff right here. This is good stuff. You start off with the Hudson Valley Hug, and then you go balls deep, and then you drive back from Burlington, Vermont. You have maybe a few hours to get your life together, and then you go down to Miami for a pre-party of the very anticipated, it's an incredible event. It's called Jam Cruise, people. It's called Jam Cruise, and your girl is going to be playing not 1 but 2 sets across multiple days on the boat. Cannot wait to be down there. And yeah, my pre-party, it's at the Citadel in Miami. I will be headlining this shindig, and Butcher Brown will be opening. And that is a very humbling fact, because those guys are absolute masterminds at their instruments. So that will be very cool. Really looking forward to that. So yeah, basically from January 1st through January 12th, I will be either in Miami or on a boat out to sea with every lunatic on the eastern seaboard. So that will be great. I'm looking forward to that.
Gonna be wild.
Yeah. Way to kick it off in crazy ass fashion, Isaac. I feel like it's been real chill. It's been real mellow. And now we just go full steam ahead. Shit's gonna be crazy.
Well, I look forward to following along. I'm hoping to get up to the Higher Ground in Vermont to see you in one of my favorite bands.
Isaac loves the Disco
one of my
Biscuits.
favorite rooms, yeah.
Right? We love to see
Oh,
this.
my God, yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable. So thank you, Disco Biscuits, for having me. This is such a blast. And thank you, Jam Cruise. And thank you, Levon Helm, for paving the way for, these first few gigs in January 2023. I cannot wait. And Isaac, I feel like this is a good way. We're just dipping our toes into the new year. We're just greasing the wheel. We're just making it happen. One podcast at a time. And guess what, dude? This is the first one.
Oh, yeah.
That's so sick. First podcast of 2023. I can't even believe it, actually. That's crazy. We would love to thank our producer, Marlo Shankweiler, and our mainest man, RJB, and all the fine folks over at Osiris for making this podcast possible. We'd like to thank all of the listeners out there for an incredible 2022. What the ever-loving fuck. We can't believe that you listen so fervently. We're so thrilled that you do. We're here for you. 2023, we're going to make it a big one.
We're going to deliver music news and criticism, I think, in a new way.
Shit is going to get new as fuck.
I am committed to inventing a new way to talk about this stuff.
I like it. I like it a lot. And you know what? If anyone can do it, it's you, pal. We're fucking in it to win it. Here at IP headquarters. And we can't wait to share the year with you. Trials, triumphs, tribulations. This shit's going to be next level. We will leave no stone unturned, and we really look forward to it. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you're having a great start to your year. Keep it 100. We hope that your resolution, if you had one, it's sticking. It's only, we're recording this on the 11th. So, probably got a long ways to go. Stick to it. Looking forward to many more episodes and many more days of this great year. 2023. Let's seize the beast, baby.
Seize the beast. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can't even pitch a tent. I've been jumping turnstiles, hailing taxis with intent.
Do you need directions? I bet it's not where you
Osiris.